So, what's it going to be then, eh? There was me, that is Alex, and my three droogs, that is Pete, Georgie, and Dim. Dim being really dim. And we sat at the Corova Milk Bar, making up our rezudocs what to do with the evening. Flip dark, chill winter bastard, though dry. The Corova Milk Bar was a milk plus mesto, and you may, oh my brothers, have forgotten what these mestos were like. Things changing so scory these days, and everybody very quick to forget. Newspapers not being read much neither. Well, what they sold there was milk plus something else. They had no license for selling liquor, but there was no law yet against prodding some of the new veshes which they used to put into the old Moloko, so you could peat it with Velocet or Centhamisk or Drencrum, or one of two other veshes, which would give you a nice quiet horror show 15 minutes admiring Bog and all his holy angels and saints in your left shoe, with lights bursting all over your mosg. Or you could peat milk with knives in it, as we used to say, and this would sharpen you up and make you ready for a bit of the dirty 20-1. That was what we were peating this evening. I'm starting off this story with. Hello everybody and welcome back. I thought I'd start this off with a bit of a quote or reading. It might become a normal thing for whatever I do, whatever I continue to do. Points for those who know where that was from. Points for those who look it up on Google. Points for those who recognize the t-shirt. Special points just for having worked there before. When I first had the idea of doing this, what I thought of was just raw, untouched, uncut, unedited me talking to you about whatever I had on my brain. And speaking with a few friends over the past few hours since my first video, I got a sense that people were kind of excited. People thought it was fun. The Monkey Wrench approves. That being said, I have no idea sometimes what I want to talk about when I push the record button, because 90% of my day is about 12 thoughts going all through my head at exactly the same time. And I have to figure out what to do with them all. Put some of them aside, concentrate more on one than the other. But then you get your workday involved in it, and you have to realize that, oh, I have to do this task and that task and scan these documents and type that email. Gets pretty busy in there. You know what I mean? So dozens of things have crossed my mind. What do I talk about? How do I put it? I might not be the most eloquent person in the world, but there are a lot of things that, how do I put it, occupy my brain pan. One of them is this. And how do I put this? Imagine you live on one side of a street, and your family brings you up and tells you that those people on the other side of the street, we hate them. We don't like them. They're deceptive, they're mean, they're nasty, they're ugly, and they shout at you every other description of something that could be negative to describe that person across the street. So you grow up not wanting to know anything about them because those who raise you up tell you that's the person to fear, that's the person to run from, that's the person not to trust. So then you grow up and you raise your own family. And you teach them the same thing. So what happens years down the road when your children ask you about why? Why do we hate them? What kind of answer can you give? Now, you yourself want better for your children and for their future. How do you provide that to them? Do you continue on with the narrative that the people across the street, that family over there, those people that live on the other side of the road can't be trusted? Or do you tell them that previous generations have said that and taught me about them? Now, one of the reasons I bring this up is because of a word. Should I define it? Prejudice. Basically, you prejudge someone. You go to that family and you say, because they look this way and act this way, and I've been taught this way about them, all of that family is like this. As basic as it sounds, that's prejudice. You're prejudging them based on what you've been taught about them, not what you have learned about them, because you don't dare learn anything about them because of what you've been taught. So, how do you break that cycle and prepare your children for the better future that you wish them to have? Let me leave you with this. If you see those people as violent, as killers, as hating everything that you and your family on your side of the road stands for, if you always see yourself as a victim of their hatred, that is what you will always be. Not because of them, but because of the opinion that you formed over all those years of being educated that they are not to be trusted. The only way to break that chain is to become the change that you wish to see in this world.